stand behind tables, sit in chairs. If you have a spot next to you, please raise your hand because the place you're not allowed to be is in the doorway. So there's a spot here. Anybody else have a spot next to them at the table, standing?
We have a spot.
We have a spot right next to Victor. We have one right over here. So come on up, grab your seats. Is this your first time at 1 Million Cups? Fabulous! Welcome! Alright, I'm Danielle Whitelock with the Tampa Bay Innovation Center. 1 Million Cups is a program that takes place in, I think, almost 50 cities now throughout the United States and Puerto Rico, even including Alaska. It takes place at 9 a.m. every Wednesday, and it's all about startups and coffee. And we always have to thank Cabo Coffee, who provides coffee every week to us and their generosity. And then we are in this beautiful St. Petersburg greenhouse that hosts us every week, and one of our other organizers I forgot to pause. That's my fault. One of our other organizers for 1 Million Cups is Sean Kennedy with the St. Petersburg greenhouse. And Marie Ann Bowers. Collaborative Technology. Okay. She's fabulous. If you want to learn more, talk to her. And then we have in spirit with us today our other three organizers, John Morrow, Ruben Pressman, and Richard Wood. So welcome to This is all about entrepreneurs, and it's about moving startups and entrepreneurs further in our community. We are called 1 Million Cup St. Petersburg, but we are Tampa Bay wide. Our presenters up here reach the gamut. Our audience reaches out, and anyone who has presented up here is welcome to go to any other 1 Million Cups community and present there as well. And I think we have a past presenter in here somewhere that has done that. So it gives you an opportunity to go to 40 some other communities to try to expand what you're doing or further vet what you're doing as well. So the format is 6-minute presentation, 20 minutes of questions and answers, and then we roll into the next one, and we end at 10, but you're welcome to stay and network. We usually have quite a bit of networking going on afterwards. There is also a sign-in sheet in the back if you want to get on our email list if you aren't already on our email list. And with that, I am going to turn it over to Georgia Scott with SPATH. Do I say that? They are wonderful providers of jewelry this morning.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. I'm George Durst. This is my partner, Scott Durfee. We are Team SPATH. And I want to thank the guys from 1 Million Cups and Greenhouse for having us here. We love this. If you've ever seen our posts, we're kind of addicted to 1 Million Cups. Probably because I'm a coffee junkie, but no. So a little bit about us. Right now, what we do is we create wearable sculpture. A little bit about us. We are both from New England. Originally Scott from Massachusetts, I'm from Rhode Island. That's where we met. Besides being partners, we have been together. This year will be our 25th anniversary. And yes, we work together, we live together, we're together 24 hours a day. And George, I'm so sorry. But we've done a lot of different businesses over the past. We adapt. Basically, up north, we did a lot of property management and design and faux finishing. We came down here to buy properties and become real estate moguls. Well, 2007 happened. I don't need to go on. So we had to reinvent ourselves again. And so this is where SPATH started to develop. We fell in love with the indigenous material that we found. Wherever we were, whether it be in Philadelphia or whatever, we found this, the indigenous materials that we love to decorate with or create with. So we found this palm tree spathe. Spathe is what is the outer bloom of the inflorescence or the flower of the palm. It's that woody bracket that you find all over the streets. We thought it needed some rescue, and we started to play with it, and we started making plant pots and hanging things. And when the market kind of crashed, we had all these properties, and we were now landlords. We also needed to find another new business. So people like started creating yard art, or what we like to call yards. And we went and we did Corey Avenue Market, and Saturday morning market, and then we said, wait a minute, we want to do more with this, and we decided to develop it more into a fine art. We started making sculpture and lighting fixtures, and so from the wall, floor, all these wonderful things. So how do you get from that to being wearable sculpture? We're not fashion people, although when you look at us, obviously, now we are the fashion plates that you see, but before that, it's not so pretty, but no. Very serendipitously, we were involved with the Sarasota Arts Center, and they have this large event, fundraising, where they create wearable art from unusual materials, and they have artists come in. So we created a dress, which was called SPATH, and we were going to show it there. And they said, oh, by the way, we have a boutique to raise more money for you and us. Can you create things that you can sell? And we're looking at each other saying, what can we make, fashion related? Hence, this is how it all came about. We started making the purses and the ties. We do have brochures up front and all the way around showing you our lines. And that's basically how we all came about. Now, I'm going to see if this all, look, it does work. By the way, I just want to say real quick, because I know we have limited time, and I had some fabulous transitions from 2013 PowerPoint, but they don't have it here in the greenhouse. So you need to donate money to them too, so they can get better PowerPoint. Because they had all these great animations and stuff. Yeah, get more money than we have. Well, anyway, talking about our brand, what our brand is now is this wearable sculpture, but we are made from palm. And what do you think about when you're in Florida? You think of beaches and palm trees. So this is how we branded ourselves, not only being sustainable, but we want to brand ourselves with being a part of being Florida. And we're all about having this edginess to us. I mean, that's just what our aesthetic is this kind of mix. But foremost, we are this sustainable company that tries to reuse and repurpose. And then we're also branding ourselves with Florida. So I mean, one of our key things is we'd love to do is get involved with more of the travel tourism, through the state and the St. Pete as well. We think these the little tags that you have would be great little corporate gifts, to remember Florida by. So these are the kind of things that we're doing and trying to brand ourselves. Now, there are challenges, and the biggest challenge is, what the heck is SPATH? Our name, SPATH, those people don't understand what it is, they don't know what it is. Some people here in Florida might know what it is, but for the most part, they don't. They keep calling it palm fronds, and it's actually that woody bracket. So our biggest challenge is the education of the material. Because when you see what we're wearing, a lot of times people think it's metal, or is it plastic? You're not quite sure it is it wood? In order to touch and feel it, now that you all have a piece in your hand, you can understand what the medium is about. So that's our biggest challenge. It's one of the reasons why what we've decided to do is a lot of wholesale shows. And believe it or not, there actually are one-of-a-kind wholesale shows. Because everything we make is one-of-a-kind. So we are trying to brand ourselves in that direction. And I've been giving the 1 minute. See how fast it goes? The biggest challenge I'm going to tell you everybody does here is the 6 minute mark. So I'm going to run through this. So where are we going? This is what we're doing. Long term, what we're looking for is that eventually we'll need sales reps. Because of this wholesale process that we're doing, we've created these lines. Everything, of course, is one of a kind. And what we're going to do is have a production where we'd love to be able to have a mass manufacturing as far as the production line with artisans. It wouldn't be machines and so forth. Now, short term, what I'd like to say is we have a Sweet Delicious retrospective, which is happening in the second Saturday of September at Art Walk. It's at station number 3. You can visit our webpage at www.spaders.com or on Facebook as well. And then also, Martha Stewart, we are a nominee. We need you to go and share it via Facebook or Twitter because it helps us become a finalist. We could win and get to go to New York. And then also, this is what we're just announcing right now. We have an exclusive to the Dolly members Friday night through the Zodiac group. Our presentation of Sweet Delicious, a retrospective, it will be happening as a private party on Friday, hosted by the Zodiac Group of the Dolly. So if you're a Dolly member, you can buy tickets, and will be hosted by that. And now they're just yelling at me from over there. What can you do for SPATH? Well, first of all, you can buy. We gave you free
That
gifts.
sounds like a good question from the crowd.
I know it's a question. They can see it here. And that's so I'm answering. Wait a minute, did someone say, what can I do for you? I said, yes, let me answer that question, because I'm now in my 20 minutes. We want you to buy. We gave you a free gift, so now you want you to buy, so you can see what it's like. We need leads on sales reps. We want you to attend our show, to come and see second Saturday, and also follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Facebook, all those handles. And that way you can share our profile through the Martha Stewart, and gives us a better chance of winning, because the grand prize is meeting with Martha Stewart, going to an event in New York, and getting $10,000, which would be very handy. And so September 15th, we'll start the vote, so stay. Once you start liking our page, you'll understand where we are, and then you can vote for us, so we want you to vote. And now that you have a piece, and you wear it, be proud and let everyone know. Be a brand advocate for SPATH, and tell everyone about us. And that's all the time that we have. Thank you. God, that goes quick. Yes?
We're just, it's something from
SPATH, it's just Latin term that means spade-like. It was a cool name. We were looking for names. We wanted a name that wasn't like, Georgia Scott's jewelry or the sculpture or Spathos or palm. We wanted something that, so when you type in Spathos, we're the only thing that comes up. There's no one else uses that name. Yes?
Supply-wise, are you connected with local nurseries to get your product?
That's a very good question, and yes, we will be in the future. Right now, where we're standing, this is it. We're the collectors.
Are you guys going on the beach and combing?
Well,
and
we actually go to
recycle. We go to the recycle centers and work with the cities. We go to the recycle centers and actually claim stuff from the recycle centers. In the future, we'd like to broaden into that base, to connect it with more palm growers and so forth, and therefore we can start creating another marketplace.
just real quick, so I want to answer on that as well, is also too, one of the things that when you leave here, you will never look at a SPATH again and not think about it.
Yes.
And this is what happens. We have people that drop them off at the front of our house now, or they call us. No, we do not climb trees.
Why don't you put your name on it?
There is the logo is on the back side.
Yes, but truly.
All right, one of the things in the future that we would like to do, we're just getting involved in this in 2012, and we did a lot of fashion shows and doing all this other stuff, and we kind of branded ourselves locally, and now we're working on the business of business, which isn't always as fun and glamorous, but we know it has to be done. And we have things down the pipeline that we'd like to do. We'd like to have small little tags, maybe done out of stainless steel that are printed, or out of recycled metal that would hang, like a chenille tag that would, Chanel tag that would hang down and so forth.
Or also metal branding, so therefore you heat it up and just brand it.
Yeah, we talk about burning into the palm.
I like a little part of a little brand.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you're using part of the palm tree.
Yes.
Is the part that you're using unique with palms, or is it also with palmettos?
Not every
Is it something they share?
Not every palm tree gives off a palm stake. There are some trees, actually the palmetto tree does not actually give off palm stake, it just blooms. It's queen palms, it's triangle palms, royal palms, there's a few palms that give them off, and they're all different consistencies, and we use them for different parts, and we use every part. There really isn't anything left, and if it is, it's usually dust or little fragments, and we just throw it in the yard for mulch.
Kind of like a hot dog, you use all of it.
It is. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a competitor? Is there anyone out there?
The only competitors that we have are accessory designers. I mean, it's a wide open field. What we're creating, as far as we know, and all the research that we've done, no one is creating with this material as far as we know. And some people always say, hey, aren't you afraid now that you're going out there, they're going to copy you? They're going to copy anyway. If they want to, they can. It took years for us to learn to work with this material. It is not like any other material, believe me. There's a lot of trade secrets. So. Yes, sir.
Do you guys have a target demographic that you're aiming?
The highest 2% of the marketplace.
accessories. And then if you go from that point on, it's someone that likes an edgier design, and then from there as well too, it's a mix of people that have this idea of sustainability. So it makes down, if you look at what our demographic is, actually we have a slightly larger following of women between the ages of 45 and 65. And then for men, it is also from the same age. It's about a 40-60 split. Yes, ma'am.
You're talking about the female demographic and balance of your target. Are some of your pieces that you're working on have a little bit more of a feminine flair? I've seen a lot of your pieces in Coming 1 Million Cups, and I wear all of them, it doesn't matter to me. But to really capture the female customer, do you look at maybe making them a little more feminine?
We do. If we have a brochure that we pass out, we have some up here and around, and you can see some of our lines. It definitely has a rock and roll edge. We're not going to do pretty delicate because I ain't pretty delicate. So it's not going to happen. So if you look at this, we do have some lines. Of course, our handbag, but there's some pieces on here that aren't here. Like the cuffs that we're making, we made them smaller so that they're a little bit more on the feminine side.
Well, and also our handbags. Our handbags are directly based for women, but we do design handbags as well. So.
Thank you, because I've been a fan for a long time. I'm very excited for you guys to present. And I will be at booth 3 on Saturday.
I just want to suggest that you try to look at what Tory Burke buys, because she would be fabulous customer for Tory Burke. She's a young entrepreneur, still a huge company, stores, but a big online presence. She takes unique items, and all she sells is accessories.
Oh, that's great. I would love to, if you can send me that name, you can. And here's the thing, if you have any other suggestions, because I know time goes very quickly with this, it's unbelievable how fast this goes. But that's why you have to like us on Facebook, or we don't have to sign up for emails, but you can just like us and then send us suggestions that you have about this. It would be wonderful.
Now, also, if you come to our event, second Saturday of September in the Warehouse Arts District, station number 3, you'll be able to come and buy pieces, or look at how we started, how we developed.
And we're selling all the artwork too. I mean, artwork is for sale, unless it's from a private collection.
As well as the proceeds from the bar will be going to the Warehouse Arts Enclave, will be donating. And also, we've designed new t-shirts. And where's Mr. Frank Wells? Mr. Frank Wells, Venture House. We are actually donating a portion of those proceeds of the sale of our new t-shirts to Venture House. So we are, that Friday and Saturday. So therefore, please come, please help us support us. We are big community advocates, and everything we've ever done is about community development. So therefore, anything we continue to do will be the same. That's great. Maybe you agree.
Yeah, it's to answer some of the feminine and the logo question. I think you just took the Chanel logo and unrolled it, right? I mean, that's
Well, it's so funny. Stephen Lee, who was one of the photographers that will be involved in the show, he was looking at some of the logo. He put together that, I don't know if people saw on Facebook, that kind of Game of Thrones picture of Scott and I, which we used for the event when we're facing each other. And he's like, I just realized what your logo is. Actually, the logo is a big S for Spathos, and it's an S and a G, which is for Scott and George. So if you look at it, it's a split S and G. So, yes, sir.
What is your manufacturing cost versus your selling price? The second question is, have you looked at Etsy and other online marketplaces to help you give a little boost?
It's something that we're going to venture into in the future, but pretty much what we want to do is work on the brand. And in the past few years, it's just development of the brand, development of the product lines, and that's been our main focus. So therefore, once we start presenting it outside of our local area, because everybody here has been a test market. You know, everyone we've worked with has basically been a test product. How's it work? How's it get out there? What are their responses to? So that's our next goal.
And then as far as the pricing right now, we've developed pricing for wholesale with our lines, and it's at a pretty good margin. And it will change as we get larger orders and as we start with manufacturing. Right now, see us, we make everything. Everything that you see that we wear. We made over 100 tags for just this event, depending on how many people are coming. If you go to if you're a Dolly member and buy a ticket, they're getting a piece of wearable sculpture. So we're constantly creating and making. Our goal is to be able to start spreading out and having other artisans work for us. We can do kind of like, hire people. It would be great to hire and stay local.
Hire artists.
Artists, yes.
I've got kind of a background in marketing unique products from an artifact perspective. And one thing that we learned that absolutely is key is the story. And you've got a great, gorgeous brochure, but you told a fabulous story about your emphasis on community, what you do, how you want to engage everybody, and actually sharing the story of the product and the story of you is, I think, a key element in going forward in marketing.
Thank you. I think also too, we do have a YouTube channel as well. I've got that one. YouTube channels make those. We're going to start taking a lot more advantage of that and doing certain tutorials on how, because we have unique ways of the way the jewelry works, and instead of doing that with little infographics, we want to do little videos. But we have videos up that talks about our story and about us, and you get to see us personally. So.
If anybody didn't get a piece of
SPATH, yeah, you came in late.
We
We still have a bag right here if you want to pick up some. Yes.
You said Florida several times. Are you working with the tourist bureau or the tourist board at all?
We have emailed them, and they are interested, but we just have to keep further on. We want to start getting developed more into like also to corporate.
We have several contacts with the Visit St. Pete Clearwater Tourist Board that brings in travel agents from all over the world weekly. And they always have giveaways and things, and I can put you in touch with those people.
I would love that.
They
sure.
They do have emails from us, and they just haven't got to the point of responding back to us.
But if we can name drop, I'm not above that.
Okay.
Yes.
One marketing, boy, you look beautiful with this as a formal thing instead of a jacket and suit in hot weather. And, I mean, it's really nice, and so that's one of the thoughts that I had.
Thank you.
Something that's sustainable sounds would be their
Like,
We constantly try, we are our biggest marketers, and we have, like I said, working with photographers. We're constantly doing different photo shoots to show the versatility of all our lines. Yes.
Isn't it be a little off? It's just an idea. My mom keeps in flower arranging, and she often asks for abstract art of flowers. And because it's palm, I figure maybe you'd be surprised when people want their homes and their corporate offices, and I can picture something like this in an abstract, flooring.
Well, the thing is, that's what we do when we do more of our fine art. And if you come to the show on September 13th, you can see what a lot of our work is. And we have some pieces out corporate offices in Chicago and so forth. So yes. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say the Dolly Club. Again, if you're a Dolly member, because I had Danielle rush me through. If you're a Dolly member, it's a big coup for us. We're very pleased that the Dolly Museum is, in a sense, hosting us for a special event. It's a limited amount, and you have to be a Dolly member. So it's a very wonderful thing. If you are, tickets will be going up for sale soon. You can just go to the Dolly thing. We have some wonderful things happening for that, like giving away jewelry. And Sylvia's, if you've ever been to the restaurant there, providing Amsterdam is going to be doing the bar. So it's we have a lot of great support behind us in the community, and that's why we love to support the community as well.
George, I'm sorry. Have you approached the Sierra Club? Because a lot of members of the Dolly Museum are on the Sierra Club board, as well as other more influential pockets of the community. And you're sustainable art, you're environmentally friendly. So.
No, again, these are all wonderful ideas, and my brain is like a sieve. So you need to like our page and send us a message, because these are great suggestions. And the other thing is, we are just two people, and we do try to create lists. because he forces me to create lists. And I'm not very good at it. But these are the things, we constantly, one thing leads to another, and you kind of roll down that little rabbit hole. But yes, we need to kind of be organized and start to think about where, this is our big point right now, and why we're doing this, how we're going to brand ourselves, and where do we go forward. And this is what our direction, and that's why we're asking you for this kind of help of, what do you think after listening to our presentation and what our brand is all about, where we could go, and some leads on that. I don't know, I'm waiting for her to tell me no, it's time, or,
I have a different question. This is not that.
okay.
Tie pins or tie clips. You guys do that?
We have talked about